When I was diagnosed with stage 2 invasive breast cancer in March of 2012, I didn't get mad. I didn't even get mad when I found out I had to have a double mastectomy, chemo, and radiation. Now, to be honest, when I found all that information out, I got nervous, but I dug down deep inside and I found a strength I never knew. And I faced the battle head on with my husband, friends, and family by my side, and leaning on God to get through it all. I will admit, I was scared to lose my hair. What would it feel like? What would I look like bald? What would people think when they saw me? But I still wasn't mad about that. I didn't even get mad when 5 weeks after chemo and 4 days before radiation was supposed to start, on September 20th, 2012, I wrecked my motorcycle and I broke both of my legs. I couldn't believe that happened to me in the middle of my breast cancer battle. I did get overwhelmed a few times, but again, with God, my friends, and family, and a super loving and supportive husband, I got through that trial. Getting through cancer treatment and recovering from 2 broken legs was quite the battle, physically and mentally. But I faced it, and I got through it. God has used my story over and over again to inspire others. I don't keep quiet about my journey. I let people know what I've been through in hopes to encourage and inspire them that they'll be able to get through whatever challenge they are facing. I even got a tattoo to mark my journey so it would spark conversations. I've been married to my husband, Roy, for almost 16 years now, and we knew that we wanted a kid or kids someday. Life events in the first few years of our marriage kept us from being ready to have kids. Then we prayed about God's timing for having children. We kept feeling like we were supposed to wait. Just after I turned 40, we thought, this is a great time, seems right. And then that very week that we decided we would try for kids is the very week I was diagnosed with breast cancer. Still, I didn't get mad. I trusted God. One of the first questions I asked my oncologist was, will I be able to get pregnant after going through the treatment I'm about to go through? And she let me know that she had seen plenty of young women around my age go through this treatment and be able to get pregnant on the other side. But there was no guarantees. After 12 surgeries in 3 years from breast cancer and the motorcycle accident, when January of 2015 came around, we were ready to start to try to get pregnant. I knew there was a chance that chemo could have damaged my eggs and ovaries, so that was the first thing we had to do was check those. I had an ultrasound and a blood test that checked the levels that indicate if there are eggs. After impatiently waiting for 2 weeks for the results, I got the call. The call that told me that chemo had zapped my eggs and ovaries and that I would not be able to genetically contribute if we decided to have children. That's when I got mad. That made me so angry. Cancer and chemo had taken away my ability to have my own child. The anger hit. Take my breasts, take my hair, make me go through treatment that will render me weak and weary. That's fine. But take away my ability to have a child? That brought me to my knees. My lifelong dream of being a mother was crushed by cancer, and in many ways, I had lost my way. My amazing husband held me while I cried. He and my close friends gave me so many words of encouragement. I could hear God telling me, trust me. But how? I was angry. There was no way around this. No hope. No medical solution for me. I didn't have any eggs. And to use a donor egg or embryo would be too much of a risk of recurrence of my breast cancer. I was devastated. But something down deep inside of me kept telling me to hold on. Something told me to trust the path and to trust this process. My husband and I prayed and we talked about all of our options. We decided that we would be foster parents for this state and fulfill my dream of being a mom that way. Problem solved, right? But something didn't feel right about that particular scenario. I paused. I just didn't understand or comprehend where I was. The word trust kept being reflected in my language, my emotions, and in my somewhat admittedly shaken world. But I just had to believe. Then, one snowy day in February of 2015, I was looking through Facebook, and I came upon a post from a ministry called Jonah's Journey. It caught my eye. I read up on this ministry, a unique ministry of faith. On their Facebook page, it states, Jonah's Journey offers a Christian alternative to the state foster care programs for the children of incarcerated, displaced, or homeless mothers. My heart was stirred, but this time it wasn't from anger. It wasn't from my inability or question of trust. My angered heart was moved to complete compassion, and I began to cry. I was reading about the mothers that were pregnant and incarcerated, the women who had lost their way and had to give their babies up. Lost their way. Kind of the feeling I felt when I was told I couldn't carry my own child. This ministry was about finding families that would be willing to take care of the babies while the mom was in prison with the ultimate goal of reunification. They needed to find their way. I realized that that meant at some point we would have to give that baby back to that mama. But what an awesome ministry, loving on that mama and loving on that baby and giving that mama the security that someone was out there that she could finally trust. In January, when I found out that my ability to have a baby was taken from me by cancer, I was angry. But I learned to trust in my Father. The very next month is when God showed me what trust was really about. But this time it was different. I needed to allow someone else to trust me. What an amazing lesson. His plans are always better than ours. I had grieved the news of being infertile, and I was ready for God's plan, which was being a part of this ministry. He knew what I would go through, and he had a plan. In the depths of my despair, I didn't see it. But now I am so excited to partner with this ministry and love on the mamas that are in jail and their babies. I get to be the hands and feet of Jesus to these women who have not made good decisions over and over and over again, but they still deserve to be loved. And they deserve someone they can trust. My second act, learning to be someone's trust when they, like me, feel that they can't. Honestly, I never would have found the second act without this ministry, or even been a part of it for that matter, if I had not traveled the path that I did with cancer. I have been privileged over the past year to see where my path has taken me. One step at a time. What a blessing and a service to be the hands and feet of Jesus to this mama and this baby. I am being someone's trust now, and needless to say, my anger has melted away. I have learned how to trust on a deeper level and love on a deeper level because of the road I've traveled. My second act is giving a chance to a child who needs the love of someone, and for that, I will trust in what is yet to come. Thank you. So that leads me to today. Today, my life is filled with bottles, burps, and poopy pants. And I learn daily about trust as I allow a little boy, named T, to hold my hand as he learns to take his first steps. He's happy and he's healthy. His laugh melts my heart, and his cries make me know that I no longer have to be angry. He is me and my husband's angel, and he is my gift from God.